What it do? It's your boy Illuminated D. And you know what I'm saying? We back with another one. The first thing I want to do is thank you to everybody who's liked and commented. And to all the subscribers, Pops and I want to let you know how much we really appreciate you. For you to come and spend your time with us and consume the content. While we understanding that you have busy lives, we want to thank you and bless. And today we have a special guest on. Ty, you can introduce yourself. Pops, I'll let you introduce yourself and we're going to jump right into this.
What's going on, peeps?
What's going on, family? It's your man, Big D. We back with another.
All right, so we started off the video just talking about this last set that Pop did, where it was about the lady who ended up being homeless and her friend took her in, but her friend said, in order for her to live here, if she has nothing to give, she got to give up the cheeks. So, Pops, we're going to jump right into this because he has some great information for it. Let's run it.
So basically what I was saying was that, you know, I dropped a video and we had some people in the comment section, I'm assuming some guys, and one guy said that, you know, basically that I was simping out, you know, for the situation, saying that I said that the guy thought the guy was being kind of, you know, it's kind of cruel, man. Listen, I get it. She can't contribute nothing to the household but some cheeks. I get it. I understand. But man, I mean, I don't know, man. Me personally, I don't think that I would want to put myself in that type of situation that he putting himself in. But people were saying, the one guy saying, oh, well, you know, I was simping out and whatnot. How was I simping out? I held her responsible. She should have never got pregnant. She controlled, listen, a woman 100% controls access to her box and access to childbirth. She controlled that narrative. So if you know that you are not in the best position, or perhaps if your potential baby father's not in a good position, you probably ought not have no kids, because I'm telling you, that shit is real out here. So it's not like that I didn't hold her accountable. But my thing, when I went on to say that he might be committing a crime, everybody say he ain't breaking no law. You got other, I believe I was watching Anton Daniels, and he was saying, that he's not doing that. The guy's not doing nothing illegal. Well, here's the thing: ain't none of us lawyers, that's for sure. And for somebody who worked in law enforcement, I may not be a lawyer, but I'm pretty good at interpreting state statutes, and I do know how to read. And from what I get it from this is that, like I was saying before, you know, if anybody, a landlord or anybody who has control over housing, this young man is serving as a landlord. Now, even though he's renting from the apartment complex, he still controls allowing somebody to move in with him. Now, whether the apartment complex is going to be okay with that, because most of them are not. They want the people on the lease, or they at least want to know who else is living in there in that apartment. So now he stands as the landlord. He allowing this lady and her son to move in. Now, this says that anybody who uses their position of power to demand sexual favors in exchange for a benefit related to housing, this is a violation of the Fair Housing Act and other anti-discrimination laws. Now, I know people gonna say, well, that applies to people who got an apartment complex. That applies to people who rent out duplexes. No. Let me tell you something. If I let somebody move in my house and I say, hey, listen, all you got to do is, you know, cook, clean, and I'm saying you got to let me goddamn get up in them soft.
That's a rental agreement.
Huh?
That's an agreement.
Yeah, but listen, if this woman ain't got nowhere to go and she homeless and she with her child, do you now? It'll be different if all along the way we have been linking up. I've been blowing her bike out, but I ain't never touched her. And she said herself for the whole world to hear, me and this man been friends all this time. We ain't never had sex. So that tells me, because of the position that she done found herself in, now she willing to let him go ahead and do the do. Man, let me tell you something. Me personally, I would not put myself in that position, because that just leaves too much for the law to contend with. And I'm telling you, look how they did Puffy. Look how they did Shannon. You know what I'm saying? Look at it, man. All it took was just an allegation, and look what happened. Now, granted, I don't know. This girl, she don't, you know what I'm saying? She look a little dusty now. So I don't know who would take her seriously, but you'll be surprised. It's a whole lot of dusty women that don't put men in prison. So me personally, I wouldn't sit and say, oh, well, he ain't doing that wrong. She could just leave whenever she want. Really? Can she? Yeah, she can. If she want to go live on the streets with her child, most women are not going to do that. And as long as you have the society that we have that are going to be sympathetic to a woman and their 2-year-old child, this child ain't has to be in this situation just because his mama's a fool and brought him in, shouldn't have. The child is going to always be given the sympathy. And I guarantee you, whoever this young man is using his apartment and using his authority over her, I guarantee you, if it ever get found out by the right people, he might have some problems. And then people can say whatever they want, but ain't nobody, until somebody can show me a Juris Doctorate where they went to law school and successfully passed the bar, then they can talk. But hey, somebody who done went through months and months of training and passed a hard-ass state exam to get certified, I think I can interpret the law a little bit. Maybe not as good as a lawyer, but during in my career, my days, I done educated some state attorneys that didn't know what the hell they was talking about. And I've educated them, and they went to law school, and I was just a lowly cop.
Well, I mean, right now, I just look at it like we got a bunch of like Facebook lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody giving their opinion on the situation, but the truth of it is that.
And I want to say adding moral. I want to say, because I get it. I get it. It's just like some stipulations where sometimes it's a moral issue. Then you have where it's literally in black and white, and what we can go around black and white.
Ty's exactly right. He's exactly right.
Because realistically, nobody wants to deal with the police. Nobody wants to put the court system in their business. These are what you would call, things of that nature, civil suits and real lawsuits. Right. This is a difference. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand those statutes under those, like this, I would say it would be a civil suit, as long as nobody got hurt or she claimed any other.
Right. Yeah, civilly, definitely civilly. Yes. Yes.
Up the stakes. You know what I mean? So.
Hey, but Ty, let me ask you this. So yeah, on the surface of it, it looked like a civil suit. But what if she say, well, yeah, all them 20 times that I gave her this box, I really didn't want to. So is it still a civil suit? Because that's what that white girl said about Shannon Sharp.
He gonna go in. They're gonna take him in.
Take it one time, and she said no. Then it ain't no civil suit.
It ain't no civil suit. Exactly. That would up the stakes. You know what I mean? And change the whole dynamics. And now we're dealing with something else. So again, you got to be careful operating when you have an authority figure in a situation, or you have the upper hand, and you want to extend that hand not to help somebody. And this comes with, you know what I mean? Like most of the times, apartment don't belong to you. You rent it from somebody else. So when you extend that power to somebody who obviously don't have this circumstance, they need this help. You open yourself up to doors. That's why they have these things set up, and that's why they be in your business like that.
That's right.
They call it. They said it's the house. It's an infraction to the Housing Act because these people don't want nothing happening to their money or their property.
Right.
These are real life situations with real people. They don't want you messing up their judgment on how they money coming in.
right. And the apartment complex gonna say, well, we didn't know Mr. Jones had a woman and a child living in there. Most certainly not saying she could stay there in exchange for sex. The apartment complex, we would have never allowed that. We would have got involved.
We would have never allowed that because we known that.
They didn't know. Yeah. That's why buddy said don't open the curtains. That's why he said don't open the curtains, don't be going outside, respect my apartment. He knows that if them people find out that somebody up in there, they gonna want to. Well, who? We see you got a guest that's been there for like 2 weeks. Who's that? They got a right to ask.
You don't want nobody in the business because it's got something going on ain't supposed to be going on.
Absolutely.
It's true. So it seems as if Buddy has some problems on his hands if it goes left. You know what I'm saying? Right now, if it goes left, it seems like he might have some trouble on his hands. And for the young lady, we're real sorry that you're going through this. You know what I'm saying? We hate to see.
No,
look, I mean, that's what you said. I mean, really sorry about it, right?
I feel bad for her. I do feel bad for her, but tell me sorry, no, because she had more than enough opportunity to not be in this situation. It's one thing to be homeless when it's just you, but to be homeless with your child that really and truly you shouldn't have brought into existence. Now, I feel bad for her circumstance, but do I feel sorry for her? No, because she made a decision. She made a decision. Now, I don't know the circumstance with the baby daddy, but sometimes, a lot of times, you know, these women, they say, oh, no, I'm on the pill. I'm good. I'm good. And so you tell a man you good. Well, he not going to arbitrarily just put on a condom. So my thing is, I don't know his side of the story, but I know her side of the story. She had an opportunity to not be in this situation. Like I said, if it's just me homeless, I'm gonna figure it out. But me homeless with my shorty, now I'm gonna have some problems. I'm gonna probably have to do some shit I don't want to do.
You know what I'm saying? For the better being is just to stay away from a very nasty circumstance.
Yeah, if you can.
If you can.
But my question is, why is she in this situation? Where's her family at? I mean,
where's the baby daddy?
Well, baby daddy might not have baby daddy might be living with his mama, so he probably can't. You know what I'm saying? He probably can't help out. But I fail to believe that this young lady had nobody else to turn to except her guy friend. That tell me you don't burn a lot of bridges, perhaps. A lot of bridges you don't burn. Because why is it you can't go to nobody but this guy?
I mean, but you know, that could just be the story that we get.
Nobody. Because it do take a village to raise a family. And I know women
all the time
things, but most women with a child got somebody or a couple females in her corner to keep her just enough above water, you know, to that situation, or it end up being where that's just they all situation, their family. I didn't see
right.
They operate off a different code than us. Their code is way different than ours. Yeah,
unless you don't want to go, maybe she don't want to go live with her girlfriend. Call her girlfriend. Maybe they live with their boy. You know, you just don't know. Maybe she don't. Maybe that's not a maybe the girlfriends is not. You know, that's not something that she could do. You know, but
they get help and resources with caseworkers and
I know
help that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they get Pampers, diapers, housing.
Men ain't getting that, man,
because they're a woman.
Yeah, we don't get that luxury. We don't get that.
Right.
Yeah, world's gonna protect the woman. That's why I said that in that last video. It's kind of hard to see. Do we have women on the streets? Yes, but it's most of the time followed by drugs and a mental illness. It's not straight up with her stating when she got her mind intact and know what she's doing.
Yep.
No.
It's too many resources and things out there to help women. And
most
the reason why men can't benefit from this, right? She chooses back there, but see, men can't benefit from this because how often do you see a man get custody of his child? I'm talking about sole custody. Unless the mother is basically in prison or just a deadbeat, men don't get custody.
You ain't got no right. She get mad, that's my child. She gonna let you know that's my child. Yeah. You do something wrong, give me my child. Get away from my child.
That's right.
Me and my child finna. She just that statement gonna be.
Yeah, that's right.
What right?
It's true. It's a sad reality.
I'm mad at you. What right?
So Todd, man, what happened down there with this motorcycle thing, man? Like some people got hurt or something.
Motorcycle crash. What the fuck? They just crashed and flipped in front of us. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, and I want to give the people an update on this. I was doing some information on this because it was very shocking to a lot of people and shocking to me as well because I was right in the midst on Front Street. And the update is come to find out I got to change my hair. I'm going to apologize to the families involved, those dealing with that who got that phone call late night to go deal with their loved ones, and because that's tragic. You know, to go out and have a good time and something like this happen, and that you never want that phone call in the middle of the night or any given time to know that one of your loved ones or somebody got hurt, something happened in some form or fashion. But they said that she had a medical episode. It wasn't that she was speeding. They said she had a medical episode while riding with her passenger on that
Mm,
Can-Am. And doing that medical episode caused her to hit a couple that was already in the street.
mm,
And the Can-Am proceed to, just go on down the pathway right there and hit a couple innocent bystanders and stop at a
mm.
halt when they hit the Jeep. You
Wow.
know, yeah, so yeah, it was definitely a lot going on down there. From my take, I was standing out front, right there. What is that you want to call that? 7th and Olivia.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people outside. I'm in the middle of a conversation, and all suddenly you just hear a crash. It wasn't the crash that actually made me realize what was going on. It was the actual right because right after the plow, it was the actual debris, the motorcycle debris. It was parts flying and people getting out of the way, and then I proceed to see, the bike up and people flying like, I'm gonna use the term that we always seen online, rag dolls. That's my. It's
Mm-hmm.
different. It's one thing to see it in videos, but to see that in real life, people get hurt like that, and those type of sustain those type of injuries. I would say, uh, it's shocking, you know. So standing out front again, let me just remember where I'm at because I'm seeing everything, and it was going by so it was a lot going on. To my knowledge, it looked like about 4 or 5 people from however she had her medical episode caused her to go through those crowd of people, make its way down. Those ladies made their way under the Jeep. The kind of injuries they sustained, I would say, that guy who had the bike in the video, that's a pretty solid bike.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pay attention to the video, some of the sidewalk where the blood was at, you can see blood streaks. It's
Mm-hmm.
adjacent right to where her ankle is. And I was paying attention to some of the details in it. The more I watch it, the more I notice that
Mm-hmm.
I see somebody, the woman in the red shirt, her ankle protruding in the bottom of her jeans. The other lady next to her in
Oh,
front of her up under the Jeep, both of her ankles on the guy's bike is bent, and they bent his rotor, the rotor on his e-bike. So she hit that thing pretty hard, man, because that bike is pretty
wow.
heavy. I own one myself. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty solid. Those people, yeah. It's not nice. It wasn't
Wow.
it wasn't nice. But from what I read, I didn't see any life-threatening injuries. Just some pretty non pretty injuries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. I think I want to add to this, man, the people out there, when you out in the nightlife, the Ybor City life, when you out and about, because we can't control what we have no control over. We can only control how we react to it and respond to it when it happens. But prevention, awareness. Always be aware of your surroundings. And I made that last statement because you can't control what people decide to influence themselves with, and things of that nature. But just be aware of your surrounding, who's around you, what kind of people around you, where are you at, what's going on around you, what are your plans after this, what are you currently doing? You know what I'm saying? These are things that should already, you know what I mean? While you're engaged and indulging with whoever you're indulging with, whatever going on, whatever you having a drink, you having a good time, just be mindful and responsible of your surroundings and yourself and how you're going to make it home at the end of the night. Whether you're in groups by yourself, are you able, you know what I mean? You don't want your judgment off. Things happen and you can't control when things happen because we wake up, you don't know, you know what I mean? How the day going in. Everybody likes to have a
Mm-hmm.
good time. Everybody want to have fun. We want to smile, want to kick you, want to joke, whatever. But when things happen, it's unfortunate and you can't plan for that. You just, again, got to know how to respond to it.
That's real. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't. I mean, since it wasn't an alcohol related incident, and it was like a medical episode from what they're saying, it's a real
Mhm.
tragic situation. You know what I'm saying? When other people are put in harm's way, when people just lose control and they can't actually control it. So, like Todd's saying, I think it is important for everybody to keep your head on the swivel and making sure that you're watching your surroundings. And if it does look like something is out of place, if it does look like there's something going wrong, to make sure that you get out the way. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out the way. But like you said, you don't got a crystal ball and you can't always see it coming. So pretty much that's why they say you got to pray. It's always leave it to the higher power. Keep yourself in prayer. Keep your family in prayer. And just, you know, leave it to God. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't prepare for what we don't know is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And if you don't, and if you can't see it coming, then at the end of the day, it's really in God's hands at that point.
You know,
that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't prepare for what you can't see, and you know only God can see it. So if God is watching, you got to stay in prayer so that you're ready.
Yeah, especially down there, man, in Ybor. The problem is you got the nightlife, and then with the nightlife gonna come, you know, the alcohol, and unfortunately, man, when you drinking and you feeling good and you happy, you know, you kind of let your guards down. And when you should be at a high state of alert, that alcohol gonna have you just, you know, you just frolicking along like everybody else, and you might not see, you know, a motorcycle coming at you or whatnot. So,
absolutely,
you just have to just, you know, it's never wrong with going out having a good time, but man, it's all about not overdoing it. You know, you can't. Yeah, exactly. You can't overdo it, man. When you overdoing it, you just leave too much. You leave too much to chance. You know.
You know, too much to chance. Like you said again, as Ybor City, you would think to expect that traffic would have to go slow because it's 7th Avenue. A lot of people want to look at what's going on and like to see who's outside first. You want to be seen and all of that whatnot. But again, doing that traffic, things can happen still going slow, as we can see. You know, people walk out in front of cars. They, for whatever XYZ reason, and
because they be drunk. Most of the time, they ain't paying attention.
You know, they figure that they're gonna stop for me. You're gonna stop. Some people are not in the state of mind of stopping, or like as we can see, medical condition.
Right. Especially if you just crossing and it ain't no pedestrian crosswalk. Well, then I mean, really and truly, do you really have a right of way just because you ain't got no bumpers on your ass? The car still, you know, got the right. You know what I'm saying? Got the right of way there. You know, so if you're in a crosswalk, that's different. But you jaywalking when you shooting across the road, and they do it all the time down in Ybor. That's why I started riding my motorcycle a long time ago down, especially down there. It's too dangerous, and people don't pay attention to motorcycles anyway. Not like they should.
Nope.
Yeah, people are careless nowadays. They're reckless.
Right.
You know?
They're reckless.
And even on the e-bike, man, it's dangerous as well. People fly through stop signs. They don't stop. They come out of side streets. And I didn't see the way I'm just riding and I got the right of way. I'm coming to a stop, but somebody running from TPD just fly right. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's another problem. That's another problem.
So I'm like, man, look, this one, I'm riding along my merry-go way, and here I go about to end up on somebody's windshield.
That's another problem down there, especially down there, man, because you know, it's so busy and crowded, and if you know TPD get into a foot pursuit or vehicle pursuit, man,
get out there,
a shootout, just get into a shootout.
That's even worse.
Yeah, get out their way, cause man, look,
and they TPD done got in shootings down there. They got them in the officer involved shootings down there. So I'm just telling you, it's just kind of dangerous down there, especially nowadays, man. People they're not on the things they should be on, you know.
Yeah,
that's why I say sometimes it's better to have a controlled environment. That's why I do like going to bars sometimes, but most of the time I like going to places that allow you to drink while you're there for kind of like a fun activity. Some like Top Golf, because you know they got security,
right?
You know they got the police that are roving the area. You got drinks, you got the golf. You know what I'm saying? Like Dave and Buster's. You know what I'm saying? Different places that have a more controlled environment versus like everybody out. Now, don't get me wrong, the club is lit, but what's more lit, I would say, is a place where you can
having
get
a good time.
Having a good time, you know what I'm saying? Good people, good energy, you know, it's family oriented. You don't got to worry about too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of remove yourself from the jump.
Yeah, once you get a certain age, man, you ain't trying to be doing all that clubbing.
No, man. All the speakers jumping, you know what I'm saying? All the loud carrying on, smoke can still be in your hair, your clothes, your laugh, your alcohol. So yeah, I
Don't get
done
me
did
wrong,
club
it's
security
fun.
for a little
It's
while. So,
fun. It's fun
but
until the drama start. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Fun and games till the drama starts. So that's why I say,
mhm.
like Ty said, is just watch your surroundings. So if you are gonna be out, pay attention. Don't get so inebriated to where you can't react. You want to be sober enough to where you can
Be responsible,
still get in and
right?
out if you
Don't be
need to. You
reckless.
don't want to be too lit, blurry, because if you blurry, there's nothing you could do. It's too late.
Right.
It's too
You
late.
done
Right.
drove
You
out into
already
these
put
people's
yourself.
place, and you done fully, you know what I mean, and got so full of it to the point where, yeah, I mean, ain't getting home not safe, walking not safe, maybe whatever you, because I see a lot of guys in town. A lot of guys got a lot of jewelry, you know, nice clothes and shoes, things of that sort, nice vehicles, and people I hate to say it, this is real life. People capitalize on vulnerabilities in situations in those environments.
Exactly.
You know, you know what I'm saying? So you just, when you want to have a good time, man, you want to make sure that you're being responsible, you're being careful. You could say for the most part, I'm okay and I can make it home. I know what I'm doing. You know, if I'm ready, if I say I'm ready to go, I can go. If this is uncomfortable, I know. You know what I mean? It's just a safe, positive night, man. You know,
Right.
however y'all kicking it, wherever y'all kicking it, whatever going on, you know, I want to make sure y'all go home the same way you came now.
Right.
That's
Right.
real.
That's just the problem, man. Nobody really do anything in moderation as they should, especially down there in that type of environment. Because, like you say, the club lit, everybody having a good time, and you might say, "Man, all I'm gonna do is just have like maybe three, no more than 4 drinks." Next thing you know, you done on cup number 8, 9. So nobody really, when you get caught up, the moderation goes out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
The
And,
discipline,
and you got to think about how it hits your pockets. And it's gonna
Oh,
hit your pockets
absolutely.
too. You gonna wake up, oh dang, I spent $300,
Absolutely.
$400. I
Absolutely.
was buying shots last night.
Right.
I'm buying
Impulsively
everybody
doing things
shots.
out of excitement just to stay in the groove. Come on,
Yep.
man.
And nowadays you can't even talk to women a lot unless you offering up a drink for her and her 3 friends. So you can't just go up to a woman in the club and just like how it used to be back in my day. You could just, hey, how you doing, man? What where you from? What not, man? Shit, you there for more than like 3 minutes? They looking at you like, are you gonna offer up a drink? You gonna ask we thirsty or something? That's just what they're doing nowadays. Nah,
Yeah, and
man.
some of them,
Y'all young
I
guys
beg to
can have
differ,
it, man.
Mr.
It's just
Griffin.
too much. It's too much, man.
When you mess with the one, when you're around a bunch of ones that's winning, they got their attitude different.
Yes. Yes.
The ones that's winning, their attitude different. They don't talk to you
Yes.
like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
They don't talk to you like that. They don't take you up and through there like that.
Right. It's crazy,
You know?
man. It's crazy. I mean,
They
you can't,
happen.
man. People want you to pay their rent, man. You'll be surprised at the things that women, man, the thing they say, well, I can't really think straight. But what's going on? Well, I'm my light bill $200 and I'm $200 short. And I'm like, well, I know you ain't asking me because I just met you online. I ain't met you in person yet. So you already hit my pockets? Man,
Quick
come on.
call pro.
You got
What's
the
going
Quick
problem.
call
on though?
pro.
This the problem.
Quick call pro.
Right. And that's why that's why Buddy feel the way he feel. Hey, you ain't gonna be up in here for free. I understand.
You know,
That's the problem, because I mean that's illegal too, right?
I just feel like when a guy like that, you gonna extend that kind of help. You already know. I mean, but
That's what they saying.
you
I
gotta put
mean,
them in.
if you want
If
if you
you
want
already
something,
put
you
in
gotta
position
put up
like
some
in my
brand.
place, don't stop. If you got a good heart like that, don't stop. Go ahead and say, okay, look, I done got you. I got you. I let you use my room. Now I got the Publix up the street talking about they need some help. Now I know it ain't the best, but we're gonna get you started right there, and then we're gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Ty, listen, I was up in Panda Express and they damn managers making over 100,000. They got the shift lead, just the people just putting the food in the shit. They making like $20-some an hour. They paying for your education. Man, let me tell you something. Anybody say that there's no way that you can survive, they not trying, man. I just don't think they're trying.
Not trying. I feel like in that situation, I feel like he could have treated her like his homeboy for real. You know, look, man, I got a room in place for you. Look, they got the job. I'm gonna get you with this little temp agency, daily work, daily pay. You got the place, but you're not finna just stay here all day.
But he low key wanted to hit that tie. Even though that was just
you done got it in house, yeah.
He just low key. Cause think about it. Now he got
nursed it back to life.
Well, you got to look at it like this. If this man got an in-house chick living with him, you ain't gonna be able to tell the next chick that you ain't smashing your roommate. She ain't gonna be trying to get, so he can't. So it's gonna make dating gonna be difficult for him. If he got a chick and a shorty living there, you ain't gonna, and especially if you kicking it with a chick, she is not gonna believe that you ain't. That you
knocking
ain't,
that dust off her shoulder, stand there, she getting her element.
Listen.
And he
so I
understand.
I understand this position. I understand this position. I'm not saying I agree with it, and it might be illegal, but I understand this position. And if I wouldn't be in that kind of position, but if you were single and you was a little baddie, we gonna lay down some ground rules. I'm gonna do as best I can to cover all my.
That's what I was waiting on, Mr. Dixon. There we go. We got to go to the board. We got to go back to the board.
Yo,
we got to negotiate.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make sure that she can never come back and say, "Well, I really didn't want to do it." Nah. That's not true. That's not true. If I got to get there to sign a contract, something they got to do on video contract, they're gonna have to do something. I'm gonna do whatever I can to mitigate the bullshit. Because I'm telling you, nowadays, man, men got to be careful.
Yeah,
men definitely got to be careful. So I think we lost Ty.
I think so. He might hop back on.
Yeah.
But
I told him I call him right back. I'm in the middle of stuff.
Yeah, man. You know, you got to do everything you can to mitigate, some bullshit. And before I let somebody move in with me, I'm gonna already let her know, if you ain't able to pay no rent or no nothing, just cooking ain't gonna do it for Big D, because I can cook my own meal or I can Uber. So cooking out the table, cleaning, I don't need you to clean. I can handle it myself.
I'm doing everything on my own. I'm here for you.
Well, how can you pull your load around this house, sucking up the AC, the air conditioning? What else? I'm gonna let her tell me what she can offer, and we gonna negotiate. And I'll say, hey, listen, you offer something, and if it ain't gonna work for me, or if I can readily supply it myself, I'm gonna be like, no, go move on to the next thing. And I'm gonna let her narrow it down what she thinks she can give me that can better benefit the situation. I'm never gonna say, oh, this is what I expect. I'm gonna let her arrive at that decision. You nice house. You don't want to be out homeless now. You don't want to be sleeping in your car now. You go to, I can drop you off to one of them little shelters for them ladies. I say, you gotta think about this. Think about all this. You know what I'm saying? When you go shower at the shelter, you got these strange ladies looking at you and shit. You naked. Here, you can shower in peace. But we just gotta arrive at some type of negotiation where it benefit all parties involved. You benefit by having a safe place, a safe space. But what am I getting? I don't need you to cook. I don't need you to clean. I don't need you to cut the grass. I don't need you to do shit, but you got to do something. And I need you to come up with what you think you ought to be doing. I'm never going to be the one where they're going to get me roped up. No.
And be like, look, you came up with the whole thing. You told me what you could offer.
There you go right there. There you go right there. Now,
so you arrive at the conclusion regardless. You still arrive at the conclusion. It's just the way that it came out.
What's going on now?
It was never from the landlord.
Listen, if that young man would have done it like that, she would have arrived at her own conclusion.
Mm-hmm. He could have avoided so much. He could have avoided so much. It could have been a better situation.
He wouldn't be on the internet trying to make him look like a demon, a devil.
Yeah.
It would have been.
But how do we know that that's not what happened, though? How do we know that he didn't do that and say, well, hey, I don't really need you to cook and clean, but I mean, you got to do something to be up in there. So how do we know that didn't happen? We only getting her side of it.
Before them phones came out.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. That's what I said. We don't know how the conversation went.
You know
All
what
we
I'm
getting
saying?
is one side.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, it's here nor there. I'm wishing them luck. But I don't want to hold y'all too long because I know everybody busy. It's 3. You know what I'm saying? I know we got some things that we got to get done for the day. So
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Pops, you want to close us out?
Yeah, man. You know, this is a good conversation. It's always good to spend some time with my nephew and my son and just chat it up and talk about some things. And family, y'all already know you got to always strive to be better the next day than you were the last day, the previous day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. All right, Ty, you gonna end them off? Go finish it out.
Yeah, man. I'm going to appreciate y'all for having me on the platform and the channel, man, speaking on the situation and a couple other things. Y'all be safe, be responsible, enjoy your weekend, and
Peace.
Peace.